All right. So now we're live. Thank you for joining me on stream, Molly. I've been trying to get you on stream for a while, but I feel bad because you never want to,
No, today.
and I want to respect. I want to respect
Thank you.
the fact that you don't want to be on camera.
Oh, it's okay. Now that was a little, maybe a hesitant.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah,
You're like a backup.
about.
Okay, so you watched the stream, haven't you?
Yes,
How often are we talking about basketball?
that's true. I just wanted to be like, oh, there goes the.
Yeah, I would not. I would not ever put you in that position. I don't really. The only time that happens is when I'm by myself because I don't have anyone to talk to. So all I'm gonna talk about is the game.
Okay, good.
But my mom, my wife, my wife was actually the one who said that she would prefer if less people with less basketball knowledge were on the street because she is not a huge like she watches basketball because of me, but she doesn't know a ton. So she'd prefer to have people who don't watch basketball on the stream because she gets to hear a different perspective.
That's smart.
And
if he got it today,
well,
he will. He will.
he might. This is his first shot. Okay, so I'm just gonna get the score up and running. We're still 0-0, so we're good. So there are gonna be a couple times, and this is just for you. Our 0 viewers don't care.
Oh, there we go.
The score doesn't update as fast when I'm doing this and posting the stream, which is usually why I get other people to do it for me. But I don't think people pay too close attention anyway. This is more for people who the players when they watch the streams over, they want to know they knew they hit a three earlier, so they want to watch it.
This is recorded.
This is recorded, yeah. So this will be hosted um, on Twitch for a week, and also it gets exported to YouTube as well.
Oh, nice.
So you can
so then it's up.
yeah, so it's
Saved.
YouTube is forever until YouTube goes down, which I don't think it will. And Twitch, it only stays on there for a week. I don't know why. Probably because they want to save money.
Yeah, and space.
Okay, so now that I'm all set up and the game is 2 minutes underway.
Okay.
You've come to most of Cheyenne's games.
Yes.
I would say maybe 80%.
Yes. Fair.
And you've told me that you enjoy watching her play.
Yes.
Do you have any aspirations to play yourself?
She tried to get me to play this season. I said no.
But okay, so what is holding you back?
Sweaty people on the grill is what's holding me back. I don't think I'd enjoy that.
Okay, that's fair.
And bumping. I feel like so used, and I am really just single my own individual work. It's just my sweat on me.
Got it.
Not anybody else.
So you're not a big touch.
Not really.
Touch me a lot person.
I never really tried. So you never know. But I mean, I don't know where to stand. So I feel like I'd be all the way. Like sometimes.
Right. Okay.
I feel like I'd be on the other side of it.
So really, I think the heart of it is you don't have a lot of experience playing basketball.
I think that might be what it is. So it's a little intimidating,
Okay. That's fair.
I heard the size of the boys' ball feels a little different than the girls' ball. So if I were to play, maybe I just start with the boys' ball and see if I could shoot it. But
have you shot with a girls' ball before?
Yes.
Oh, that's a travel. You didn't call it. Anyway. So you have shot with a girls' ball before?
Yes, just shooting around at the park or something. Nothing like this. It just looks crazy. But you never know.
Oh, that's good to know. So sweat and experience. God, I think that's fair. Thanks.
Yeah.
And you watch a lot of our games because I think this is really the only place Cheyenne plays. Is that correct?
Yes.
So you've seen a lot of these players.
Yes.
Who are some of your favorite players on the court right now?
Oh, okay, that's a good question. Let's see. This number 24 right now, I think his name is Levi.
Levi, yep.
He is. I like watching his random amazing threes.
Okay.
He's pretty good. Who else? Cheyenne's on the court.
Yeah, obviously, right now. I don't need to say. Yeah.
Let me see. Who else? Other team right now. I'm not really knowing too many of them. Number 8, Peter Fuller seems pretty much get a lot of shots.
Number
from
8
last season. In the dark blue.
Oh, Ryan. Okay.
He got a couple shots last season. He was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'd say right now I think Levi's my favorite.
Levi's your favorite on the court. Got it. I mean, see, that's the thing. You say you don't know a lot of basketball, but you know enough to at least point out which players you like, which is what's important, honestly. I don't need you to tell me why they did what they did. I just need you to tell me which players you like.
His threes just come out of the blue. He just makes the threes.
See, what I love too, hearing that, is you pay attention.
Oh yeah, it's interesting.
Like there's I always give my wife a hard time because she hasn't come to a lot of my games over the course of our relationship.
Okay.
I would say she's come to maybe 6 of my games.
Why didn't she come?
Currently she doesn't come because we have our kids.
Yeah,
they're wild.
Yeah.
And when they were younger, there's no way my wife would be able to do anything.
Oh.
Like would not be able to focus.
Oh
but,
yeah, that's.
So it's like why come?
Hard. That makes it really hard.
But the games that she has come to, she never sees me do the cool stuff. She always sees me do the dumb things, like turn the ball over, fall on the floor, not make a shot. That's what she sees. And then the times I do make shots, she's never watching.
So maybe she doesn't watch on purpose to make sure that you have the really good games. You know?
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, it's again, it's. I like the fact that you can point out players that you like and why you like them.
Okay, that's good.
Like that's a lot. You know, there's a lot of times people are watching, but they're not actually able to. Yes. So if I ask them a question like that, they'll be like, "Well, I think I'll think Ryan number 8 is a good player," and I'll ask why, and they're like, "I don't know." Like you could have said any other reason. He makes a lot of shots.
He does. He makes a lot of shots.
He runs very fast. I don't know.
Yeah, he cuts the court good. I don't know if that's a thing. Like I don't know. Okay, now Cheyenne.
That's pretty good terminology.
Cuts the court.
Cut makes a cut.
Okay,
the cut is the right word. They don't cut the court. That would be very. We don't want to cut the court, but you make a cut. A cut just means a sharp run in toward the basket usually.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your favorite number 1, Cheyenne's in.
14.
Number 14. What is her nickname?
Shea Bay.
Shea Bay. See, I wasn't sure if it was Shy Bay or Shea Bay.
It would make more sense
because
it is
Cheyenne. Yeah. Okay, Shea Bay.
When I first came to the church, everybody started calling her Shea Bay. I'm like, what is
this? So everyone calls her Shea Bay. Does her mom call her?
From Kenya.
Her mom.
Kenya. Everybody who's been to Kenya or like knows her from church calls her Shea Bay.
Okay. Okay, so she goes on mission trips.
Yes, she has. Yes, I think she's gone twice.
Was she recruited by Jess?
I see that. I don't actually know. I think she's always wanted to go, but I guess her and Jess we're just both passionate about it. So maybe.
Yeah, I feel like Jess is like the poster child for the Kenya mission trips.
She feel like she does all the things, Mexico, Kenya, all the fun missions.
That's awesome.
It's cool
for her because I don't have the stomach for that.
I think it's really interesting to see how passionate they are.
Yeah, and I'm happy to support them financially and with prayer.
Yes, I love it. I think that's cool that God calls people. Not everybody has to do the same thing.
Please just bless them more, and then just keep me from going because I don't know. Woo! Cheyenne almost makes the basket.
Oh, come on, get it back. So mission's not your thing, but you'll support.
So yeah, ever since high school, like I remember there was a year that my whole class went to China.
Okay.
But I didn't go.
In high school.
For
what was it for? Did you go to a Christian high school or did you?
No. It was a high school ministry for church.
Okay.
I went to the high school. Yeah,
gotcha,
the church, the whatever group it was called. And they all went the juniors were juniors at the time. They all went to China. I stayed back.
Okay.
And I don't know. That's a big power.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yeah. I just never felt any desire to go.
That's how
I never felt any sort of like, I really think I should be there. And like, I always enjoyed hearing the stories of when people came back.
Oh, I love the stories. Yep.
But the one thing that kind of rubs me the wrong way, and this is just my cynicism.
Oh, let's hear it.
9 times out of 10, people who go on mission trips, they come back and they're like, I had this whole thought of I was gonna go bless these people, but really I was the one who was.
People do say that quite.
I hear that so much, and honestly, like I want to be happy for them, and I am. But also, the other part of me is like, but then did you bless the other people? Like that was the whole point of you going. So then, does that mean you didn't do what you meant to do?
True. I guarantee, and I feel like
So again, that's my cynicism.
No offense. I don't know. It's cynicism, but I think that's valid. What? What
So
happened?
they're upset that they're not getting foul calls. So because they're getting hit when they're going up for a basket and they're not getting. And then that one play, they're saying that the person who was inbounding the ball stepped on the court before he passed the ball, which is not allowed.
Let's go. Let's. Yeah, I think if anything, missions right now, I would do Mexico. I would say that's a shorter. B, I love Spanish, but
Right.
I love
Yeah.
And I feel like it's got to be cool to have people come in anywhere you're at, like Kenya, Mexico,
Yeah.
or China, like, and be able to be around new people. So I guarantee you they're blessed, but it is
Yeah.
interesting to hear that. And that way you're like,
Because this is the other part too. I think to myself, did I just pay for you to take a vacation? Right? Like,
wow, that's a perspective I've never thought about.
Again, this is my cynicism coming in, and this is for someone who doesn't go on mission trips. It's never stopped me from donating to people, but like that's a thought that I wrestle with a lot when people come back and they're like, "Oh, I love this because I was so blessed by it." The people who are, while they're on their mission trip, they're posting on social media the whole time. I think to myself, like, what are you actually doing? Right.
Maybe.
I question it, and again, I shouldn't. I don't think I should because again, ultimately, I think it's good that they go, right? Because that they're going, they're doing something.
They're blessing.
Yeah, they're blessing someone.
Like, the goal is to bless the people that you're going.
And ideally, everyone's contributing in some way while they're there. So, but those are very intrusive thoughts for me when I hear that. Sorry, I'm sorry if I planted the seed.
No, I mean, the only people that I know who really go was Cheyenne and then Jess, and I know Jess's heart is in the right place, so I don't like supporting her anything like that, you know. But yeah, I mean, I don't know many people on mission trips, but I hope that wouldn't.
I don't think I don't think most people do, but that's just like
it's a thought that comes in.
But when they're coming and they're sharing the story, and that's a big part of their story. Then I'm like, why are we hearing about how much it blessed you?
Yeah. Like, you want to hear about lives?
Exactly.
You change as in
again. Yes. I want to see the result of your work, not the result of the work on you. Yeah. I mean, but again, I should care about everyone. Right. You know, and I think part of the reason they do that is they want to make people understand that, like, there's a benefit to going on missions beyond just what you're doing.
Yes, that's true.
So again, I rationalize all of it, but again, this is just something that pops up every so often. And especially when you don't know the person, right? You know Jess. So anything you say that she says, you're like, you know where she's coming from. True. You have a good bias for her. But someone you've never met before, they're on the stage of a church, right? You don't know who that person is. You're thinking, that's just a thought that goes through your mind.
It's good thing to think about.
Hopefully not too much. It's just I don't think it's a good thing to dwell.
It's just interesting. It's a good perspective. Good. See how that would be. Because whenever I hear people like today at church, the sheer love, enough when say you talked about Christian, like to rescue people from sex trafficking in Thailand, it's all about them. Like, she just talks so much about how the minister's been blessing them, which is cool. Yeah. So I can see how if it were to change that, like, oh, I love it. You're like, so I can see what you mean by that.
Yeah. So again, it's like I want to believe that.
Oh, get it, man.
So in CrossFit, sorry, I'm going to change gears.
We're going.
In CrossFit, do they teach you how to jump higher?
Okay, so it depends on the gym that you go to. Because the gym that I came from in Pennsylvania, they were a strength and conditioning CrossFit gym, so they trained athletes, like actual student athletes, which in specific targeting skills. So like how to cut, I guess, would be one. Like, it was mainly lacrosse players, but like how to jump higher.
So like fast switch muscles.
Yes, and like the ladder, and all the things.
Yeah.
This CrossFit gym right now that I go to is mainly just for like functional fitness of longevity for adults, not necessarily focusing on how to jump higher. But we do box jump, and you could test your height. It's just not something you're drilling to get better at.
Right, I say that because I have noticed that Cheyenne seems to be moving a lot more this season.
Oh, her fitness has tripled in fitness level. I think, since she started CrossFit. Right. She didn't start CrossFit, yeah.
Got it. So yeah, I have noticed it.
That's true.
she's not breathing as hard when she's running.
She's been doing.
I kind of teased her about that like 2 seasons ago. I'm like, Cheyenne, you all right? You need my inhaler?
Oh my gosh. Well, she and I think that it's cool. She's like a good testament to CrossFit because it does things that you won't even try to do. Like you're not training how to jump higher. You're just doing box jumps on a regular basis, and then therefore your jump is higher. Or you're not training on sprinting at court for how long? 20 minutes, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You're training your cardio, which then helps. Like I told her the same thing. I was like, I can see it. Like you can see it. It's so much better.
You heard it here, Cheyenne. At least two people have seen the improvements.
Yeah, it's cool to see. So if anyone's questioning CrossFit also, shameless plug, it will help you all of life.
I think most people, what they question is the pull-ups. Because you have to admit that it looks ridiculous.
And she said, what are those? She said, I didn't want to do CrossFit mainly because of those pull-ups. Like she was like, I was so skeptical, but like you see people do those pull-ups. And she's like, what are you doing?
I mean, I understand, like, I understand why they're doing it, but you have to admit it looks kind of ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. I think since I've grown up around CrossFit, it doesn't look that weird to me because I've always known it. See how someone flailing their body around a bar would look very interesting.
So I used to break dance.
Did you?
I did. And do you know the worm?
Yeah, I can do the worm.
It looks like they're doing the worm with a bar.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right.
But it looks weirder because they're trying to elevate themselves.
This is so true. That's hilarious. It is exactly like that.
Yeah, because the motion is the same.
And it's funny because it looks like it wouldn't take any muscle at all, and then you try to do it. What the heck did anyone do?
Oh yeah, definitely.
The skill. The worm also takes muscles. You can do the worm in your 4 or 5 days if you try it.
Oh, Josh. That is Josh Begonia. He is one of our. I'm sorry, Josh. One of our older players in the league. But I'm gonna say this also. He led the league in rebounds 2 seasons ago.
Oh, really?
He got like 22 rebounds in a game.
He's a silent player.
He's also one of the strongest players. I like to think I'm pretty strong, mainly because I have a low center of gravity. So a lot of the bigger people get surprised when they can't push me around. But it's because my center of gravity is lower, and I know how to use it against them.
Interesting.
I know how to use angles.
Okay.
But Josh is so hard to move.
Okay.
So Lacey just scored against Macy.
Oh, Lacey and Macy.
Lacey and Macy, yep. And standing ovation from her team.
That's great. It's 18. Oh.
Yeah, so the score kind of got away from Space Jam 96. The Sawyer's team run it back. They hit a bunch of 3-pointers in a row. And Zach, number 21, he's a new player, and he is just tenacious.
Ooh.
He would be a really good person to be in a CrossFit gym because he has his motor is so high.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that would benefit a lot in CrossFit.
Like he's the type of player that I hate playing against because you can never relax around him.
Oh, you never know what to expect.
Yeah, because he's always going. Like look at that. He's running down the court. He's gonna run there. Like he's gonna get back in time to stop. Like most people don't do that. Most people realize I have no chance, or they think to themselves I have no chance, and they just walk, or they don't try. But he's running. Like he's running. True. He doesn't need to run. He doesn't need to, but he's gonna be running. Yeah. So once Josh shoots or someone shoots, like he's gonna run for the rebound, regardless of what's gonna happen. He's gonna run for the rebound. Okay. But yeah, he'd be a prime candidate for a CrossFit team. Look at that. Look at him. Look at him go.
Oh yeah, you're right. He runs right after.
He always runs.
Oh.
So aside from your CrossFit gym, what have you been? What do you enjoy doing? I know you guys go camping. I know you guys go to concerts. Like, why don't we explore some of the things that you do with Cheyenne when you're not in here and in the CrossFit?
Okay. So let's talk about how I'm from Pennsylvania, and in Pennsylvania, maybe 95% of the stuff doesn't really happen. So this is all exciting for me. No matter what it is, it's out of the blue.
That's why you moved here.
Yeah, so true. And the weather, but anyway.
So don't move to past Pennsylvania if you get bored.
It's great. It's just has more things to do. So mainly we have I have a French bulldog Scarlet. So we play with the bulldog, and she has
she's super high maintenance.
She is a very high maintenance dog. I thought we were going to get her, and it was going to be like this little apartment dog, you know.
Yeah.
Cheyenne has 3 other dogs already.
Cheyenne
dogs.
does?
Yeah, like larger dogs, like farm type dogs,
Yeah,
like a German Shepherd and
Got
like
it.
looking and just like I don't know what the other one is, but it's a little bit smaller, but still like stocky breeds.
Sure.
And Scarlet runs and chases them longer. Like she plays longer than they can play, and she just loves them.
Really?
And Scarlet loves being outside. She hates being inside.
Okay.
She's just the opposite of anything that I thought we were going to get.
Yeah.
She's like, we can keep her in the house, but no, she loves. So. Oh gosh.
So Marquise is very loud, as you heard. But one of the things that they teach you when someone holds the ball is to yell at them, "Go!" Because normally you would yell "dead ball" for 2 reasons. You let your team know that they can't dribble anymore.
Okay.
But other times, most people don't respond well to screaming.
So what do they do?
So they go into panic mode. Like, oh my gosh, this guy's screaming. I need to do something with it. And most of the time when people panic, they make mistakes. So it's a psychological thing. There's no rule against yelling at someone. So that's why they're taught that, and that's what Marquise was trying to do.
Ooh. Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's what happened there. They trapped. We couldn't see it on the camera or this because of the chairs, but they trapped whoever had the ball on the sideline. So the person was right here, and the sideline was right here. So they trapped him. He had nowhere to go, and they were just screaming at him.
Oh, but then they called the push because why?
Because I think he probably bumped him.
Oh.
The other thing is, the defenders typically try to close in on the person.
So it can.
9 times out of 10, they push him. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because they're closing in, and then the guy loses balance. You know.
Gotcha.
But that's what happened there.
Interesting.
And Marquise is a big, intimidating guy, so I think that was a very effective play. But it didn't work out.
It worked out in his not favor.
Yes, not favor. That's a good
what's the
one.
word in his? Yeah, I don't know, not favor.
So okay, you said you had. Well, what was your Frenchie's? Scarlet.
Scarlet. So we do a lot with Scarlet. Take her to the park or something.
I thought I heard. Oh, maybe it's pugs. But I thought I heard that Frenchies shouldn't be running too much. Is that pugs?
It's Frenchies.
Okay, it's
They shouldn't be out in the heat. They shouldn't be running.
Okay.
They don't like water.
She likes all of them.
Video right now.
Okay.
Yeah, she loves water. She loves.
Is it because they could
Can
drown?
I show you a video on
live
stream? Like I don't know why. Maybe because they could drown, but this is her with a hose yesterday. Like she's the most random.
Well, she does have a longer snout.
She just look. It's a flat face. She's got a straight.
Well, I've seen Frenchies with flatter faces.
Okay.
She doesn't have a super flat face, so that probably really is in her favor. But she loves that.
She's just the opposite of everything. So there's that.
How do you dry her off?
She dries.
She doesn't smell after. I hate that smell.
Yes,
yeah.
The wet dog is not.
I hate that smell.
But the dry dog, she doesn't smell it. Like I just.
So after she gets past the wet dog smell, she just.
Smell. No.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool.
Brings out the weird dog.
Yeah, my dogs. I have a big dog. She's a mutt. Yeah.
Dogs or dog?
One dog and 2 cats.
Okay. Big mutt.
She's probably like 60 or 70 pounds.
Oh, geez, what is?
She's like a Mastiff mix.
Oh wow,
yeah.
Big dog.
Yeah, so as long as she stays dry, she doesn't smell. But the moment she gets wet, she gets the wet dog smell, and it just doesn't go away
until she dries.
Until I wash her. So once she starts to smell, it doesn't go away. But if she can stay dry, she can. So in the winter, she doesn't go out a lot because it's cold. So she stays clean a lot longer, and I don't have to bathe her very often. Okay. But in the summer, she's going out more, and she's finding the puddles, and then she'll like get wet, and then she'll smell, and then it won't go away until I wash her. So I'm very jealous that your dog Scarlet can just be dry and not smell. Yeah,
that's true. I never really. How do you wash her then?
I just have to I hose her down. I have these outside. She's
too big for the bathtub.
We could get her in the bathtub, but it just gets too stuffy, and I'm actually allergic to dogs.
Are you?
I'm allergic to dogs and cats, and I have both.
Oh my gosh.
Weirdly enough, I don't have a lot of allergies to my dog, except when I give her baths.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
So like hypoallergenic dogs, I'm still allergic to. And yeah, so I don't know what exactly it is that I'm allergic to, but yeah, so I perpetually sound like I have a stuffy nose because I do.
Are you serious?
That's partly my voice, but partly true. I always tell my wife, "Hey, look, I can breathe out of my nose right now," because it's really exciting for me. It's really exciting for me.
But I mean, I guess if you love the animals, I would take it too. If I have a constant stuffy nose to keep scarred, I would do it.
It took, yeah. I mean, oh, so Ryan and Sawyer are having a great shooting night. It looks like
Having a lot of
yeah,
threes, huh?
they're hitting a lot of threes. It took me a long time and a lot of research before I adopted Kona.
Okay.
Because well, that's my personality. I don't do things on a whim,
Okay.
and I
You
don't
like
do
to
things
know.
impulsively
Gotcha. That would be nice. I wish I didn't.
because because I hate people who do it and don't take responsibility.
Okay.
So
Fair.
in this situation with dogs, I'm sure you know at least one person who has adopted a dog and is a really bad owner or just gave the dog back,
Or
right? And I hate that because it it's it's so hard to find dogs homes sometimes.
yeah, did you? This is completely tangent, but the Riverside County shelter apparently had like a free adoption
Uh-huh.
dog or free Saturday for like dog adoptions because they have over 1,000 in their
Right.
shelter. Like
Right.
what?
So that's number one.
Okay.
I hate people who don't take responsibility for their lack of education,
Okay.
right? And then number two, um, I hate owners who just suck at being owners. Like like I don't expect every owner to train their dog, but I do expect some level of commitment to like making sure your
Being
dog
responsible.
knows where to pee and poop.
Yes.
Making
Or cleaning
sure
up for them.
right,
That's also a big thing and people don't like
exactly. Just the basic things. Like your dog should know how to sit. Your dog should know
how to
just
come
very basic
or
things, right?
yeah.
And too many times people dog owners don't do that, and it makes me upset because then the dog gets blamed for their bad behavior.
Yes. This
Right?
is true. I learned that from the puppy phase.
Yeah. And what I learned in my research is most of the training is really training the owner more than the dog. The dog just needs consistency. The owners can't supply that, and that's when the issues are. Right?
I never thought about that. That's so true though, because it is 99% about their routine
Right.
and their commands, like consistency in the commands, consistency in like I don't know, just
What
their
behavior is
area.
rewarded and what's allowed.
Yes.
Yeah, because I hate it when dogs just jump on you all the time. Like I get one or two, you're excited, but like constant jumping, like huskies are notorious for jumping on.
Uh-huh.
I had one that like ripped my hoodie because it kept jumping on me. Like, I was there for like over an hour and it still wanted to jump on me like randomly.
Where was that?
My friend, one of my friends' dogs.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't on purpose. It was like his dew claw got caught on whatever. But it was just the fact that my friend didn't see anything wrong with it.
Or didn't stop it? Didn't even touch him.
They're just like, oh, they're just being a dog.
Yeah,
And
no.
I judge those people very harshly. I'm a very judgmental person. As I've gotten older, I have just no patience for a lot of things.
It's so funny.
And it's also because I've become these things, right? I'm a dog owner. I did my homework and I spent my time training my dog. It was like the worst year, 6 months, because my son was 2, 1.5. My son was 1.5. My dog was like a puppy. So I was like, I had both of them at home. And so what would happen is my puppy would jump on my son and he would get knocked down and cry. I would calm my son down, yell at the puppy to not have her jump on him. Then my son would cry more because he thought I was yelling at him. And then the puppy would get excited. So it was like this constant thing, right?
Oh no.
But we stuck through it. My dog is awesome.
Okay, good, because you have a good owner.
Because I had to stick through it. I had to train my wife, my parents, how to act around the dog, and especially at the beginning, like this is how we act with her.
With her.
Right? Like this is how she learns. You guys can't do what I don't do because then she'll get mixed signals.
That's true.
So when I was training her not to jump on people, I told her don't pet her until she sits. And that's a hard thing for most dog lovers to do. They just want to go pet them, right? So I would have to tell them. I felt like a jerk. I was like, "Hey, you're coming over. When you come into my house, don't pet my dog until I let you."
Okay, but like that's if also any dog lover would understand that. Like that's a very respectable.
Yes and no. Dog lovers, but
do.
there's dog lovers and dog owners. There's people who love dogs and never own dogs.
I learned that being an owner.
Yeah.
Did
so,
you?
so,
Sorry.
so yeah, I felt like I paid my dues.
That's fair.
I suffered through it to do that.
Understand
Yeah.
what you don't want people to be doing.
And so I felt like if I could do it with a kid, then you guys should be like, especially people with no other responsibilities, they should be able to do the bare minimum as well. So that's where that comes from.
That's fair.
But yeah, that's just kind of in my life. I feel like I've grown up in a situation where I feel like when I was going to church, I started going to church in middle school.
Okay.
So now I haven't been going to church my whole life, but
here it is.
I believe I hit the 3. So it looks like they're making a run back.
There we go. There we go.
A comeback run back.
I like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So something I heard when I was growing up in church was anytime there was bad news, like bad press about church, like for instance, we always hear these ever so often, but like some priest or some pastor does something illegal with kids, right? That's something that's constantly going to happen. And I feel, again, maybe it's because I didn't grow up in the church, but I feel disgusted. I feel really bad for those kids. I feel really angry with that church and the person. Michael with an and one. I feel just mad at the whole situation, and I feel like I have the right to do so because I'm a Christian.
God's righteous anger in you, like He would be angry.
Yeah, that's what I felt.
If you're a Christian, then you should be righteously angry because that's what God would be feeling.
Yeah. But I heard a lot of times people would just say like, "Oh, let's not focus on the bad stuff. We're taking away from the good stuff."
Good stuff out of what?
Let's say the pastor did like a lot of good things.
Oh,
that's the stuff I heard, and so that would make me upset.
Yeah.
And as a teenager, I couldn't put into words why, but as an adult, I do understand why now. It's because I felt like there's this the concept of tribalism has been made very popular in recent years.
Okay.
And have you heard of that?
No.
So like whatever tribe meaning like whatever group you're part of. So Christians, political groups, basketball, whatever.
Okay.
Your tribe, you are always going to focus only on the good things of your tribe, and you don't want to focus on the negative things. So overlook the negative things and only focus on the good.
Okay, but then I feel like that gives excuses for bad behavior to happen.
That's what I've come to. Yeah, that's what I've come to find is I don't agree with that. I feel like if I'm a part of a tribe, whatever it is, I'm Chinese, I'm American, I'm Christian, like whatever tribe I'm a part of, I should be the most critical of that group because they are the group I'm a part of, and whatever they're doing, like I have secondhand embarrassment for it.
So that's why you felt that way when the Christians do that.
I felt
Christian people do that too because it's like you're representing
Right.
us as a group.
Right.
I don't see why you
So again
negate the.
Bring it back to the dogs. I'm the dog owner tribe.
Oh.
When there's bad dog owners, what do they make dog owners look bad, right? The people who don't pick up dog poop, people who don't have pets. And I get it. Some people just don't like pets.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't blame them for getting upset at pet owners because like they have a perpetual non-poop picker upper that leaves stuff in their driveway, right?
Or did you know that I used to hate animals? Before I got my dog, I never liked animals. I was terrified of dogs. It would give me anxiety. I actually was so afraid that they would bite me or charge me or something. Very, very, very scared. Yeah. I did not like anything that breathed or moved besides like wild animals. Like if you're in the wild, that's fine, but pets, not really. Then we went to the swamp meet one time, and they had a little hamster for $6. This dwarf hamster. So now I have this dwarf hamster going on a year and a half.
Okay.
And it's interesting when you feel it. Remember, you have to because we didn't have pets growing up. Like we had gerbils that my parents took care of, but nothing no dogs or anything.
Yeah.
And so I got this dwarf hamster, and I realized this thing's depending on me to give it life. And then Sean has these dogs, and I was terrified of them until you realize they protect. When they know you, they're protective. They're not gonna eat me.
Yeah.
But if they don't know you and you come on the property or something, then they might eat you. That's just how you come. Unless it's somebody, a friend, But it's good. And then
so this was your first time meeting Cheyenne's dogs.
Yes. And then so I didn't really have any friends with dogs. Didn't know anyone when I moved to rental house. and then she had dogs. So, anyways, then I got Scarlet, and because I had the same thing, I was like, dogs are gross. They charge people. They like jump on people.
Right.
Like that's horrible. Why would you want to have a dog? Like
Yeah.
no one cleans. The same thing. No one cleans back their poop. And now I'm like, well, I love Scarlet. I can't imagine not having Scarlet, and
Yeah.
I can like have a lens to see of how you should have a dog, like how you should have a dog, you shouldn't be.
Right. Like, I feel like again, my first pet as an adult was cats, because they're a lot more allowed in apartments than dogs. Also, I'm less allergic to cats than I am to dogs.
Okay.
So that was a big motivation. Was like, I know I'm allergic to both. I do want a pet, so I'm gonna start with the one that is I'm less allergic
There
to.
you go. I mean that makes sense.
But I feel like cats get a bad rap because when I was growing up, it was like the whole like cat lady thing. Like only lonely middle-aged white women have cats. So there was like a little stigma there. But also, I think people people compare dogs and cats, obviously, and dogs are obviously a lot easier to show their affection to you, which I think people like, right? Like they want a pet because they want to have that like I want an animal to come show me that they love me regardless. Like no, everyone else in the world judges me, my pet doesn't. Like I think that's a big motivation.
I love it. It's the best.
Yeah. And I think dogs are really good at doing that. Like regardless of what you do, they will love you. But cats, I feel like cats, you have to earn their love. Um, and that's why people don't like cats.
Because they think they're gonna be hated or something.
Well, no, because they think. Well, again, if you met a cat that's not really social, you would think the cat hates you.
Oh,
right? You're meeting someone else's cat,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Or they might be feral. Like some cats just don't like to be held or pet a certain way, and they'll scratch and bite.
Yes, that's true.
So they're a lot more they're a lot more impulsive. They're a lot more like if I'm not in the mood to do it, I'm not going to do it. And I think it's fair that people don't like cats for that reason. But again, people don't realize that cats cats have personalities. Cats can be different.
I've heard.
And again, it's a lot of it has to do with the owner. If you socialize a cat the right way from a kitten, a cat can act just like a dog. Like my cat comes to me when I call it. Does it like she was not the other day? I didn't know where she was, and she came to me. I was downstairs. She had to go from like the office, run down the stairs, and go through 2 rooms to get to me, but she did.
And she came.
She came. And but I've never been afraid of like the challenge of earning someone's love either.
Okay.
I actually enjoy when I get to know someone. Like I want to know you on a deeper level. I also want to know what your buttons are, and I want to see how many of the buttons I can push before you hate me. That's what I like to do.
Okay, that's a glimpse into Kevin.
Yeah. So my wife has learned that she was attracted to me in the beginning because I was funny. And I made her laugh. And as the years have gone by, she has realized that now I make her laugh, but it's also at her expense.
My God.
So
you find the buttons and you push them. Can we swerve quick to what just happened? What just happened?
They called a tech on someone. I assume it was Brent because Brent is very angry.
Okay.
So they got a free throw. So whenever everyone's lined up on the half court and one person's shooting a free throw, it's a technical foul.
What causes technical fouls?
It could be anything the ref decides. It could be a player being angry. It could be slamming unsportsmanlike conduct. It could be the game before a basket interference. So if someone throws a layup in and then someone slams the backboard afterward, that's a technical foul because you can't alter the shot after it hits the backboard.
Okay.
So all of those can be technical fouls. Really hard fouls can be technical fouls as well.
Like really hard shoves or pushes?
Yeah,
or something?
yeah. Basically, they call them non-basketball plays, like not a play on the ball. So if it looked like a football play or a wrestling play, yeah.
Gotcha.
But it is getting a little more physical, and I'm a little worried for Shiny.
Oh, she can take it. I'm not worried. That's also why I'm like,
she can take it, but I think she bruises easily.
She what? She does bruise easily.
Yeah.
She can. This is true. You see her? Why do you see bruises?
Well, again, it's at the end of the game, and everyone's getting a lot more heated. And when everyone's getting a lot more heated, bodies get thrown.
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so all Cheyenne needs is a little elbow in
And
her
then
arm
she
and
has
she's
a
gonna bruise
giant
up.
black.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that she does bruise very easily. Is what time? How much time is left? 4 minutes.
4 minutes
Yeah.
left. Yeah. So
Okay,
it's a 9-point game.
Physical.
Yeah. But if this team doesn't score on this trip, it's gonna be very hard to come back.
Come on. There we go. Oh.
So they have a chance. They're down by 6. Sawyer looks a little tired walking down the court. Zach looks like he has not played at all.
He's just
look at him. Look at him running.
Tenacious as he was earlier. He's just going.
High motor.
I feel like he would be very good at CrossFit.
He'd be excellent at CrossFit.
Yes.
Do you guys have CrossFit challenges with other gyms?
Yes, there are competitions sometimes.
Yeah, he would be the one you would want on your team.
There you go. So you can smack it as long as you don't hit the person in the arm, is what I'm understanding?
Yes. Okay. So as long as you're, as a defender, you're entitled to your space. You can go straight up and down.
Okay.
But the moment your arm moves forward and you make contact with them, that's a foul.
Okay.
But yeah, you can block the ball. You just can't block the body.
Body, gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, they have 48. Okay, so
40.
it's a 4-point game.
Okay, this is good. Let's go, White.
Sawyer is going to
make the layup.
Yeah. So Sawyer played. I don't know if he played college, but he was recruited by colleges.
Okay.
In high school for basketball, and him, like Jacob, both of those players have told me that they've had to tamp down their level of competitiveness for this league because they respect what I'm trying to build here, and they know that if they brought that here, it would turn into something not enjoyable.
Huh.
But I always see little bits of it flare up sometimes with Sawyer and Jacob when they played. When they played each other, Jacob Brummett is the Brummett family.
The Brummett, yeah. He's the other brother, I guess.
Yeah, the older.
Married.
He is married.
The one that's. I'm trying to learn the Brummett family.
Yeah, Nathan is the one that was here. Yeah, that's Jacob.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, Jacob has 2 babies. So.
So him and Sawyer both.
They're both super competitive, and they've both played at a high level. And so coming here, they understand that this league is more about the fellowship than the competition. But I always tell them too, like, hey, you guys, I trust to be competitive against each other because at the end of the day, I know you guys are gonna work it out.
True.
Some people aren't at that level, like they don't have that level of maturity or respect for each other. It spills out afterward. But they got heated in the game, like very heated. They were talking back and forth all game, but afterwards they hugged it out. Ooh, that's a tough one for Tim.
That was tough.
Yeah, so Sawyer, usually he starts to pick up his competitive level when he gets hit a lot. So pain triggers him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is I think a lot of people don't like pain, so
valid. There's only a certain level you can take.
Yes,
before you're
exactly.
Like, all right, now I'm gonna let the beast out, unleash the.
But Jacob is if you, I think pain is a little bit too, but also if you say the wrong things to him,
words. So words are a trigger.
I think so. Like if you I don't know exactly what words it is because I talk to him a lot and he never gets mad at me. Maybe he doesn't see me as a threat. All right, so
now the gap is widening.
Yeah, they haven't scored in a while. Oh, that's a good foul. So a foul at this point is good for Cheyenne's team because it stops the clock.
And there is
a minute 20.
Oh wow, that 4 minutes went fast. Okay, this is good.
So yeah, what they want to do is they want to stop the clock. They want to score, and they need stops on the defensive.
Okay, gotcha. So then let's talk. Can we talk about is it like not bracket system, but are we in the playoffs now? Like
we are in the playoffs.
What is the next steps for the league?
Yeah. So the winner of this game will go on to play Jacob's team, who is first place.
Okay.
The loser will be playing a consolation game next week against Tyler's team.
Okay.
So it's basically to play for 5th place.
Okay.
I guess the better way to say is not last place. You're playing for pride. I just don't want to be last.
Gotcha.
And normally they don't do that, but I don't want to take games away from teams.
That's nice. Makes it fair.
Yeah. So
Fair
because
enough.
everyone's paying the same amount, so I want to give them at least a minimum number of games.
I think that's fine. Oh, that wasn't. Oh, come on.
Yeah. So they got a lot of attempts, but they couldn't. They couldn't.
What's the word? Follow through.
Yeah, they couldn't get the ball to fall through the hoop. Yeah, all Tim's team has. I mean, all yeah. Well, that's so they call that a dagger.
Bagger.
Dagger.
Oh, a dagger.
Yeah. Because it's kind of like a dagger through the heart at the end of the game. Like they were already up by quite a bit, and he hit that three.
Oh, that's why he looked first.
Yeah.
Is that why?
No, he didn't look. He was just looking at the time, and
Oh,
because they could all they have to do is hold the ball for another minute, and they would win. Yeah. So the clock is now running because the lead is above 10 points. If the lead is within 10 points, the clock stops. Oh, Greg throws up a three for no reason. Maybe to pad his stats, but
oh, and a basket charge, and it didn't work.
yeah.
Oh, that looks. Second, what just happened? Oh, second game just happened.
So yeah, the game's done.
Okay.
Brent is a very emotional player.
Yeah. He gets very angry. It seems.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and a lot of it is himself, and he takes it out, unfortunately, on Sawyer. But yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna.
now they get to play for fifth.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, to Sawyer's point, it didn't matter. It was at the end of the game, so it looks like Brent's walking over to apologize to him. But yeah, so end of the game.
Why not?
But yeah.
Interesting. Well, thanks for letting me.
No, thank you. Thank you for.
I liked it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, right?
You need me to do it again? Yeah, let me know.
I will.
Anything comes.
And now you can tell Cheyenne to watch the stream to hear about.
Yes, all the stuff that we talked about, the gritty details.
But thank you. Kevin. I'll have you on again, and we'll go from there.